Hey everybody, this is a preview of of Dating God's Way. Just want to invite you to join me next Tuesday for Dating God's Way. It's going to be exciting conversations, exciting topics. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. This is for whether you're single and you're dating, or you're married and you should be dating, all of the above. Hey, look, I hope to see you. I hope to see you around soon. Oh, look, somebody texting me now. Can you hear me? All right. So yes, Dating God's Way is coming back on January 12th, next Tuesday. Dating God's Way season 2. Look, man, I can't wait to get into these topics. Me and my wife, Pastor E, we're going to jump into these topics again. Emotional dating, emotionally dating. We're going to get into adulterous dangers. Wow, like Dating God's Way, we're talking about adulterous dangers. Falling into hey Tiana, falling into adultery, or prevent falling into adultery. Hey, yes, Elder Monty, yes, thank you. So yeah, we're going to be just chopping it up, talking it out, and just praying through it and praying for deliverance through it. We're going to be talking about how important is sex. How really is it important? How important is sex going into a relationship and in a relationship? We're going to be talking about getting in the know, knowing who I am, knowing who your partner is, and we're going to be talking about is there a Mr. or Mrs. Right? Wow. Is there a Mrs. or Mrs. Right? Or to judge or to judge not? So yes. So yeah, it's been an incredible time off. As you can see, my mini studio changed, my room changed. I have a room change. I don't have the backdrop of my vision community, but my vision community is still popping. It's still popping. So I can't wait to see you all on live starting next Tuesday. And if an ad comes up, I'm gonna be so upset. So yes. So join us. We're gonna have, man, we got some guests lined up. We got some guests in mind that we're going to bring to the forefront. We can't wait to have these guests on board. It's going to be tight. It's going to be right and tight. I think that's how they say it's going to be right and tight. So we're going to have some guests on board with us. So I hope you join us on every Tuesday night starting next Tuesday, and we're going to run it for a few weeks. We're going to run it from a few weeks. Last season we did close to 30 episodes, I believe. So we did close to 30 weeks of Dating God's Way, and some things we're going to repeat from last season because maybe we have some perfecting to do in some of the topics that we had last season. So we hope to get you all involved. Come on, chat. If you have any topics that you would like approached on Dating God's Way, put in your send your topics to you can message me, Willie Spate, on Facebook, or you can message Dating God's Way. So we hope to see you soon on Dating God's Way. Enjoy the topics, enjoy just the message and all that we have to bring to the table. Look, Dating God's Way is one of the is one of the hottest things on Facebook. It's one of the hottest things on Facebook, I must say. So Dating God's Way is sorry. So Dating God's Way, I'm sorry for the feedback that it's going to do. I need to share this post while I'm on. So Dating God's Way is probably one of the hottest broadcasts on Facebook today. Nah, I'm just kidding. But like it and love it. Likes, throw up the likes, throw up the loves, and show yourself. Just Come on to Dating God's Way. Come on to the page. Invite your friends to the page. Invite that person that you're dating. Invite them to the page. Come on here for some healing. For some healing through some relationships. Come on up here. Join us. Just join us. Hey, what can I say? Just join us. So come on up here for in-depth topics, deep topics. We usually go for about an hour, but season 2, we may stretch it a little longer. And then, every now and again, we do some like Dating God's Way after dark. That's when like the filters come off. Like excuse me, I have the cardio actually. Okay, no more. Be quiet. Okay. So now there we go. So Dating God's Way. So join us for Dating God's Way after dark. That's when kind of like the filters come off a little bit, and we get tired and we don't have that chemical that blocks what our that blocks our mind, that stops our mouth from talking. So Dating God's Way after dark is always an interesting time. So absolutely. So hey Yvette. So yeah. Join us. Like I said, join us for Dating God's Way, man. We're gonna have a good time in season 2. We're gonna rev it up. We're gonna hype it up. We're gonna pop it up, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. So Dating God's Way season 2 is upcoming. Yes. Yeah. Hey, thank you, Yvette. I'm so excited too. Look, I said some of the topics, but I'll say the topics again while I'm up here. Some of the topics that we have for Dating God's Way while we are live and in charge. We're going to talk about emotionally dating emotionally. We're going to talk about we might talk about rebounding again. Rebound dating was a really, really, really good topic. Rebound dating. One of the other good topics also that we had in season 1 is when we talked about dating while wounded. You had the dating wounded by parental wounds and stuff like that, and you bring in those things into your date life, and so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about adulterous dangers, avoiding adultery, avoiding being the side chick or the side dude, avoiding getting your emotions involved. Look, I saw this one young lady, man. It was sad. She was she grew up in the church. And she finally exposed her leader for having a sexual relationship with her, and how the church tried to shut her up because they wanted to keep the pastor, or they wanted to cover him and keep his sin, and not say keep his sins clean, but they wanted to cover him so it wouldn't scrutinize him too much. But however, they made her feel like the one that was responsible for the relationship. And so and she talked about how she grew up in the church, and how this guy he was a predator because he kind of caught her when she was like 15 years old, and how they had this sexual relationship, and how now like the church kind of turned on her for him. And so, and she, I saw this video, and she like really went off. And so we're going to talk about things like that. We're going to talk about how society sees man versus woman, and we're going to talk about how that affects our dating life, how that affects our not how we date, but kind of how we date and how we choose a date. So we're going to talk about all of these things in Dating God's Way, man. This is going to be good. It's going to be good, and we're going to talk about how important is sex. You read some of the other things, especially like some of the ratchet stuff, they talk about they talk about sex often, and back in the day we talking about back in the day we used to say you're getting your man. and, and so we're going to talk about the days of getting your man and how that plays about. And I heard another person say, I'm gonna write this down, I'm gonna type this out. Somebody says that soul ties don't exist anymore. Somebody talked about soul ties don't exist, and and they was like, well, find it in the Bible and about these soul ties, and how the Bible mentions soul ties and everything like that. And so we're going to talk about, do soul ties exist? What are soul ties? And what what our view on soul ties is, and those things. So we're going to definitely talk about soul ties, and also because I believe there are soul ties. So we're going to talk about breaking soul ties. We're going to talk about breaking soul ties, breaking ties with those you have your soul have been entangled with illegal soul ties. So we're going to talk about that, illegal soul ties that are not godly. So we're going to talk about those illegal soul ties, and then we're going to talk about is there a Mr. or Mrs. Right? you know um did you miss the perfect one? Did you miss that perfect him or that perfect her, and you knew they were the one, and they should have, or let me say it like this, it should have been them. That was your Mr. or Mrs. Right. It should have been them. And did you miss it? Is it over? Is your season of dating over? Is your season of trying to find a wife? Is your season of trying to find a wife over because you missed the one that you thought you should have had, or you missed the one in your heart that you knew you should have had? Is there another one out there for you? So we're going to talk about all these things, and I'm really excited to talk about all these things. I'm really excited to share about all these things. And then we're going to talk about judging, to judge or not to judge. Um, can you talk about the beautiful and enjoyment of courting and marriage? Oh, yes, 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 yes. Absolutely, absolutely. We can talk about the beauty of marriage. Yes, yes, that's good, Yvette. Yeah, we won't be so this thank you for bringing me back. Yes, dating God's way will not be so dark, but we will talk about the beauty of marriage, of courting and dating, and why you should desire marriage, why you should desire to be one with another, and to uh, either start a family or grow your family with that person. And growing families don't even mean, it doesn't necessarily mean having kids. Growing a family, let me say that again. Growing a family doesn't necessarily mean having kids. And so we're going to talk about growing your family, whether you have kids or without kids. And I got people in mind of who to definitely can speak to that in depth about growing the family. What does growing the family means, even if you don't have kids? Because people are doing it, and they're doing it successfully. They're doing it. They actually, some of them are doing it better than those families that have kids. Um, yeah. So we're going to talk about those things: the enjoyment of dating, and the enjoyment of marriage, the enjoyment of courting. I mean, I just believe that this is me, this is not Bible, but I just believe every young man should desire a wife. Every young man should desire a wife. And if you don't desire your wife, then you should put, for me as a Christian, then you should put all you have into serving God. So yeah, so that's me. That's dating God's way. And we're going to talk about it more. So thank y'all for joining me tonight as we go into Friday. Man, I pray that you all's new year have started off with excitement. I pray that you go into this weekend joyful and happy and all these things. And I can't wait to see you um, sometime this weekend or next week on Dating God's Way. So I will talk to you. Thank you for joining me. Click the like, click the love, share this out. Tell people to come on Dating God's Way, man. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Talk to you later. Bye bye.